Welcome to Secrets of the Past. This is World War I in 5 minutes. In 1914, Europe's great powers were split into the Triple Entente of France, Russia and the United Kingdom, and the Triple Alliance of Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy. On the 20th of June 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the Austro-Hungarian heir, was assassinated by the Bosnian Serb Gavrilo Princip. This heightened tensions in the Balkans. Austria-Hungary accused Serbia, resulting in the July Crisis, which was a failed diplomatic attempt to prevent hostilities. Following Austria-Hungary's declaration of war on Serbia on the 20th of July, Russia came to its defence, and by the 4th of August, the web of alliances had drawn in Germany, France and Britain, as well as their respective colonies. The Ottoman Empire, Germany and Austria-Hungary formed the Central Powers in November, while Italy, which had previously been neutral, switched sides in April 1915 to join Britain, France, Russia and Serbia in forming the Allies of World War I. Faced with a war on two fronts, Germany's goal in 1914 was first to destroy France, then deploy its troops to the Eastern Europe and crush Russia in what became known as the Schlieffen Plan. However, Germany's drive into France failed, and by the end of 1914, the two sides faced each other along the Western Front, a continuous network of trench lines running from the English Channel to Switzerland that altered little until 1917. The Eastern Front, on the other hand, was significantly more fluid, with Austria-Hungary and Russia winning then losing enormous amounts of territory. Other notable theatres of war were the Italian Front, the Middle Eastern Theatre and the Balkans Theatre, which drew Bulgaria, Romania and Greece into the conflict. By early 1915, Russia had suffered defeat after defeat in the twin battles of Tannenberg and the Masurian Lakes. With the Germans committing the majority of their units to the Eastern Front, the Russians lost around 450,000 men in all of those conflicts, and their soldiers were demoralised. The Russians had won the siege of Przemysl, but by April the Germans had begun planning to recapture Galicia. By May, the Germans had started the Gorlice-Tarnow attack, which resulted in a Russian retreat. Warsaw had been seized by the Germans by the 5th of August. The final battle ended in September 1915, with Poland and the parts of the Minsk Governorate occupied. With shortages due to the Allied naval blockade, Germany launched unrestricted submarine warfare in early 1917, bringing the formerly neutral United States into the war on the 6th of April 1917. In Russia, the Bolsheviks seized power during the October Revolution of 1917, and the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk was signed on the 3rd of March 1918, taking Russia out of the war and freeing up a considerable number of German troops. The German General Staff wanted to gain a decisive victory before the American reinforcements could effect the war by shifting these soldiers to the Western Front, and started the German Spring Assault in March 1918. Despite its initial success, it was quickly halted by heavy casualties and fierce defence. The Allies launched the 100 Days Offensive in August, and while the Imperial German Army fought hard, it could no longer block their march. The Central Powers began to collapse towards the end of 1918, with Bulgaria signing an armistice on the 20th of September, the Ottomans on the 31st of October, and Austria-Hungary on the 3rd of November. Isolated, facing revolution at home and a mutinous military, Kaiser Wilhelm abdicated on the 9th of November 1918, and the new German government signed the armistice on the 11th of November 1918, putting the war to an end. The Treaty of Versailles was the most famous of the agreements imposed upon the defeated countries by the Paris Peace Conference. The dissolution of the Russian, German, Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian empires resulted in multiple uprisings and the establishment of independent states such as Poland, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. The war was over, but at great cost. The number of war dead was about 9.4 million, an average of roughly 6,000 deaths for every day of the war. The war's victors, the Allies, lost far more men, 5.4 million, than the defeated Central Powers, 4 million. On top of this, 10 million civilians lost their lives. There was great financial cost too, with the war costing an estimated $208 billion. All of the major combatants, with the notable exception of the USA, were heavily in debt, contributing to the greatest global depression of the 20th century. I hope you found this video informative. If you'd like to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.